So I bought this Mercedes GT63 from auction as a non-runner. When I did further research, it turned out this car was actually owned by footballer Ashley Young. I later found out that the vehicle had a coolant leak and was driven until the car would no longer start. Being a car made in 2021 and still being under warranty, it went to Mercedes to be repaired. This was rejected due to driver error and then ended up in auction where I bought the car from. Once it arrived to us, we diagnosed the car to have head gasket damage, and in the last few parts, we have stripped and rebuilt the engine up, which brings us to today, where we put the engine back in the car and attempt to start it. What's happening, people? Today is the big day. The Mercedes GT63s engine is going back into the car, and once it does, we're gonna put the gearbox back on and go for a start. Very exciting day. Let's get this engine back in. If you come over here, as you can see, if you remember from the previous part of this video, we showed you the whole engine being assembled back up. As you can see, we now have the intercoolers on at the front. We're just getting ready to jack it back up. We've got the seat belts attached. We're just gonna find a mounting position from the back and then lift the engine straight back in. So we've just hosted the engine crane to the engine. As you can see, the stand is now off the floor. Next up, we're gonna remove the bolts that are holding the engine to the engine stand. Are you excited? Yeah. What about you?
Very excited, bro.
Sean, are you excited?
Long time.
Long time, yeah? How long did it take you to build this engine back up?
3 days.
3 days. 3 days. All of that in 3 days, assembly. That's how we do at Boost Performance. This right here is really the moment of all big moments. I can't believe this Mercedes GT63s is over here right now, and we're carrying out this project. A 2021 plate car with only 4,000 miles on the clock. Like, come on. When does a car like that ever have a problem of this type? Goes to show anything can happen. The engine is getting dropped in. Let's go. Okay. Now this is scary, I'll tell you why. This engine probably weighs about 400 kg. It's right on top of the bumper. That's scary. If something snaps from here, it's getting dropped on the body. That's scary. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, we're just gonna carefully position it over the car. So at the moment, we're just slowly dropping it down, very carefully. Ready? Almost there. Finally, that time to win the Audi S3. This is a recent project that I did on YouTube. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you go check it out. So this S3 is in black and it's got two-tone leather seats. Very, very nice spec for a car from 2010. Let's have a look. It's got leather steering, 6-speed manual transmission, sat-nav, both speakers. If you watched the video, you would have seen that this car is now stage 2. It's running downpipes and bigger intakes, both 3 inches. It's about 360 bhp. It is rapid, being a quattro 4-wheel drive. Now to enter the competition, all you have to do is go to my website, Boost Competitions. I'll put a link right here. Each ticket will cost you £3.99. Maximum entries are only 3,500. So the odds are very, very high. Make sure you get involved and buy a ticket. Let's start the car up. Let's see how it sounds. So now that you saw the car, let's hear it. Audi S3, 2-litre TFSI, 360 bhp, yours for £3.99. Can't go wrong with that, right? This is the first car to enter my competition, so make sure you guys get involved. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions right now. Most of them will be answered on the website's FAQ section, so make sure you go check that out. And don't forget, when you get involved in the competition, you are massively helping me out on my channel as well. So if you win the car, you're helping the channel, win-win, right? Anyways, back to the GT63s. So the engine is back in the car. Now the next part is going up and securing the engine to the engine mounts. There's 4 bolts to go on. So let's go underneath and have a look. This is going to be some tight clearance up there. That bar and the roof, that's not even on the maximum limit. And also the bonnet and that bar. So all we're doing now is securing the bolts to the engine mount. There's 4 bolts, 2 in each side. As you can see, the engine is rocking a little bit. Can you see? And then we can continue assembling this beast back up. There's quite a lot of things to do still. The transmission is going to go back on next. We're going to make that to the gearbox. Then you've got the drive shafts. and exhaust, downpipes, a few bits and pieces, and of course not to forget all the fuel lines and stuff from the top before we go for the start. Look at these meaty tires. This is a four-door saloon, by the way. So 275, 35/21 at the front. But look, let's have a look at the back. It's shocking. 315, 30, 21. Now, for those of you that don't know, 315 is the width of the tire. So that's 315 millimeter. And look at that. That's what some Porsches have, you know. A Porsche GT3, GT3 RS, they have about 3, 4, 5 mils on the width. That is fat tires. Fat tires mean good handling. Monster. Right, new day today. We are back on the GT63s AMG. I've got the transmission here, and we're going to put this onto the engine now. Let's get started. I'm very excited today because today, if everything goes well, it is the day we're going to start up this beast. Not long to go now. So to mount the transmission to the engine, this is exactly where it's going to go. All the bolts go through these holes to secure the gearbox. So what we're going to do now is jack this up, line it up with the engine, and start screwing the bolts in. As easy as this looks, you've got to be careful not to damage anything around it. As you can see, this is very close to the exhaust actuator and the prop shaft as well. Very, very tight clearance here. It's a bit of a struggle to get this gearbox in.
Again, go on, ready. 1, 2, 3, go.
This jack here, as you can see, goes up and pushes the engine to tilt it like this so we can mount it off. So once we remove this, engine will go back to normal position and that will make the gearbox straight again. Next up, we're going to take the wheels off. At the front, you just have to spin this cap and that reveals the bolts for the wheel. There you go. Next up, we've got these drive shafts going on. How this goes on is the wheel comes off and it attaches to the hub. So we have to remove the hub out of the way to insert it through there. And it goes right through into there and into the differential. And that obviously all transfers over to the gearbox, through the prop shaft, all the way to the rear diff, which then transfers the power to the rear drive shafts and powers the back four wheels. That's why you got 4 drive shafts, as it's a 4-wheel drive. Got good progress going on here. Yeah, a bit of that as well. Let's go, let's go. Let's get this engine started. So we moved on to the top of the engine now. We just have to box off a few things, coolant pipe, catalyst.
Turbo clamp.
Turbo clamps, yeah? Turbo charger clamps, hoses and whatnot, put things together, put some coolant in, put engine oil in, and go for the start. Very, very soon. Are you waiting there?
Helping the mechanic.
You got a sword on your hand.
So, yeah, this car is too much, right?
Okay, we are ready to start up the beast now. Literally the only thing we need to do now is put some coolant into it. Engine oil is in. Let's go. I'm very, very excited. And at the moment, I'm kind of scared as well because I gotta hope this car starts after all the work we did. This whole engine being assembled, all the hours it took. So get some coolant into this. Let's go. What do you think? You think it's gonna start?
Of course.
First time or it's gonna take a while?
I think first time. Because we've got the best mechanic in town.
Is that about right?
Is it about right?
Is that about right?
About.
Your name? Is that a leak?
Where?
Down here, look. Why is it pissing out here?
Oh, crap.
Oh, front in sideways.
Yeah, it's pissing out from here.
Is one of the
Oh, it's got a little hole. Is there a hole or something there?
This one fucker as well.
is one of the coolant pipes open or something?
No.
Well, straight away.
Right there, look.
What, another leak there?
There's one here and there's one there, I think.
Go up, go on the ramp.
It's broken.
Let's have a look.
It's broke.
So we just put some coolant into the engine, into the coolant bottle, and out of nowhere, we've got loads of coolant falling on the floor. Now, if you remember from part one, this car did overheat from loss of coolant. So I guess, okay, look at this, look. Oh, that's mad. That is exactly where it's leaking from. I remember seeing that in the car first come in. No, it's literally shooting out straight.
Oh, wow.
Oh, let's see underneath. Oh, this is leaking. But okay, what is that? What does that look like? Like a stone or something?
Yeah, definitely a stone.
How does the stone get underneath there? Look, the car's straight, driving straight. How would a stone go impact it from underneath?
That's the problem.
That is mad. Look at this, look at this.
But this one just pisses
That's
straight
a
out.
lot of coolant. That is the explanation of why this 2021 plate car with only 4,000 miles on the clock overheated. And if you remember on part one, I rang Mercedes up and I asked them, why is this car not covered under warranty? And they said they refused the warranty because it's a driver error. I think I can see what's happened. He continued to drive in this state. I think the coolant lights come on. He ignored it and kept driving and until the engine wouldn't even start anymore.
Are we going to try and start it?
That's the problem now. We were just about to start the car, and that is so disappointing. That is so disappointing, man. This whole video was about putting the engine in and starting the car. I'm very annoyed right now, to be honest. But I'll tell you what, yeah, since we put the engine in the car, it took so long to build it up, we're going to jump in and we're going to start the vehicle. Even though there's no coolant in the car, it's okay to start the car and leave it running for about a few seconds. It will cause no damage whatsoever. It's literally a cold engine, so there's no way I'm waiting to order those and wait another 2-3 days, maybe more if it's coming from Germany. But these coolers, I don't see it being available on the shelf. So, you know what? Yeah, I think we should do that. I think the viewers want to see the car start.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Have you got the key?
I've got the key, definitely got the key here. The key hasn't been used for the last 2-3 months. It's about time to use the key and start the car. So we've got the booster attached to the engine because the battery is completely flat. That's going to help us start the car up. You got the machine and the keys?
Yeah, ready.
Alright, let's jump in. Let's go. My heart's beating a bit fast right now because this is a big, huge project. I invested a lot of money into this and
don't stop.
I really hope it starts right now. Now, don't say that, man. Don't say why if it don't start.
Definitely will start. We're the best mechanic in town.
Just get the best technician in town, that's me. So we're going to prime the oil pump first. So what we're going to do is, just give me a second, that's it. Cycle the ignition a few times. You got fuel in there?
Yeah,
Like
the definitely is fuel.
169 miles, half a tank,
Half a
yeah?
tank, yeah.
That's good, that's good. Alright, so crank it and then let go of it. Whoa! So we have primed the engine a few times now to make sure the oil has circulated around the engine. We're now going to go for the official start. This is the big moment. Go for it, let's start the engine up. It's on, the car's on. It's running, man. It's running. Yo, the car actually started up, man. Madness. What are you saying? Running good?
Sounds good, man.
Sound good, yeah? Yes. I'm so gassed. The car is running. The car is running a bit rough though. It's not running the best. Can you see? Now, because of the coolant, there's literally no coolant in there. I can pour as much coolant as I want. It's gonna come straight back out. So I'm not gonna leave the engine running for more than that. It's just gonna heat up. We just wanted you to know that the car starts up today. You know, instead of waiting a few days with suspense and holding you guys up for another video, I thought I'll start the car today, and we have. That's excellent news. Now, obviously, the car's running a little rough. We're going to have to diagnose that. What I'm going to do is plug the scanner in and see what fault codes we got. Let's do that. Now, I'm going to scan the engine for fault codes. Now, bear in mind, when you do an engine rebuild and start it for the first time, you're going to get a ton of fault codes because so many things have been disconnected and whatnot, and obviously, the ECU picks that up. So, we're going to first see that, clear the fault codes. Hopefully, if there's nothing left, we should be good to go, and if there is, we're going to have to diagnose the issues. But I think we're on to something good right now. The car started pretty quick, and I'm happy with that. So
So after clearing it, these are the faults that have come back. All of these I think are minor, they're not too bad. Like throttle valve, short circuit, that's probably because a wire is not connected. The O2 sensor and differential pressure sensor 2 is faulty. Seems to be some sort of electrical problem or wiring issue somewhere. We're gonna have to look into that. This here hasn't gone either. The sensor rotor adaptation is not carried out. And that is probably adaptation that's required on the flywheel camshaft sensor. So I'm going to try to do that now. So what we're doing now is just doing the adaptation for the crankshaft sensor. So as you can see, the reference should be completed and currently it is not completed. So let's continue and let's get that done. Now you see this, that could be the reason alone why the car's running a little rough. So I guess we're going to find out now. Continue. What? We have to drive the car for this? Nah, that's not happening today, man. This car, if I drive right now for even 2 minutes, we're going to end up pulling the engine again. And trust me, I'm not looking to do that right now. I'm going to do it the proper way. I'm going to order the radiator, and it's a cooler. It's an intercooler, I think it is. Let the parts come on Monday, and then we'll put new coolant in, start it up again, and diagnose the issues one by one. For now, we're going to have to just hold fire on that. But start the car one more time. I just want to hear it. I can't believe it. It's a pinch me moment. 4-litre twin turbo V8 up and running. Look at this, man. It's running. I can't believe this car's running. It's definitely running rough. Alright, switch it off now. Switch it off. Yeah, let's not damage the engine, you know. But I'm just trying to start it up so you guys can hear it start for the first time. And so can I. The rough running issues, we're going to sort out in the next video. Look, it's still looking cool, look. Jokes. So in the next video, I'm going to get that radiator and the intercooler ordered, fit them on, put some coolant into it, start the car up and hopefully leave it running. And yeah, we can slowly diagnose the issue from there. Thank you very much for tuning into this video. This is Nams from Boost Performance. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.